What's up, guys, in the works, and we are fooling around with quite the strange setup today, and I've been kind of bored lately at Battlefield. I've been trying new things, fooling around with different setups, and I was scrolling through some of my weapons, and I was like, man, I haven't used the QBU in a while, and I was thinking about it. I was like, man, I remember once upon a time I was in a server that actually banned, yes, you heard me right, they banned the QBU. And that was because they thought it was cheap with flash suppressor and suppressor, I think, because it has almost no recoil. And this was before the days of the M417, which is it's not as accurate as these other semi-auto snipers, but it is very, very quick to shoot, which makes it very deadly up close. And I think it really made some admin mad or something. So I was like, I'm gonna try this out. And I had been playing close quarters most of today just because I got bored. Honestly, I got bored of the vanilla maps. There weren't a lot of good rush servers going, so I was like, you know what, screw it. Close quarters it is. I don't care if this is a dumb setup. So, usually I show you guys some sort of like gold weapon that no one knows about. A nice little choice to mix things up, but this is not going to be one of those. This is going to be a weapon that you should probably not use unless you want to have some fun and fool around, because it isn't really that great. I'm going to be the first to tell you that. I do fairly well, I'm not going to lie, but this is a cherry-picked game. You got to keep that in mind. I mean, I did fairly well for the 3 games I had it on, because I am working on my mastery tag for this weapon, because I figured, with the Olympics going around, I was going to get all my mastery tags with the QB weapons, because, China's kicking our butt. Figured it'd be only right to try out their weapons, and, the QB series is the most underused weapons in the game, at least in my opinion. They all came from Karkan. You don't see a lot of people running the QB weapons, and you can see why right there. They're not very accurate. If you look at the accuracy on some of the QB weapons, they all seem to be a little bit less accurate than the other ones. The thing that they have that kind of sets them apart is the bullpup design and the fact that they have very low recoil. And a lot of people would be tempted to put the foregrip on this. I mean, that might be a good idea. It does have some side-to-side recoil, but I prefer it with just some sort of like optical attachment like you see me running. And honestly, the Cobra may not be the best choice for it. I was thinking about this post-game. I was like, man, the Cobra is more of a area of designation sight versus a precision sight. And what I mean by that is if you put someone between the 2 red dots and above the red line, you can usually stay with, if you keep their head in that, you keep their body in that, you can usually get bullets on target. It's more of an area sight, if that makes any sense, as opposed to the holographic or maybe the reflex sight, which is more of a precision sight. And I think that the holographic would work a little bit better, at least in my opinion, on this weapon, just because you can be more precise, because accuracy is definitely not one of its strong points, and I discovered that very quickly. But I've been trying to mix things up a lot more with Battlefield. I've been trying to get you guys different and diverse content, different weapons, different setups, just because it's boring to always watch weapon reviews, always talk about stats and stuff like that. It's more fun to go out there and try stuff that other people aren't doing, try different setups, and it's fun to have some experimentation for every once in a while. But I've been really pumped up about this week because there's a lot of news coming out. I know you guys are probably not Call of Duty fans, but I'm really, really excited to see what Black Ops 2 is going to look like, because I will be getting it on Xbox and PC, and I'm really, honestly, kind of excited for it. I think it looks a lot like Battlefield 2142. Obviously, it's going to play like COD because it is a Call of Duty game, but I'm really excited for that. The PlanetSide 2 beta comes out today, yes. So I will probably be posting some of that tonight, maybe even tomorrow. I'm going to go ham on that because I cannot wait to play that game. I am really excited for it. And if you are a Battlefield fan, you are going to love the PlanetSide 2 stuff because it is very, very similar to the way Battlefield plays. I know whenever I played PlanetSide 1, I played a little bit of that. It was very similar. It reminded me a lot of Battlefield 2 at the time. So a lot of cool stuff, guys. Like, I am super excited about this week. And not to mention that we're supposed to be getting a Battlefield 3 premium drop this week. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm interested to see what they actually give us. Because I think, what did last time? We got a knife. I think that was their launch goodie, was the ugly box cutter knife that we all hate. But anyways, I usually show you guys some weapon that I think is useful. This weapon's not really useful, but it's fun. And close quarters, it's fun to own people with a semi-auto on close quarters. If you can set yourself up right, if you can get in position. I'm in a position right here, which I consider awesome for the semi-autos, because you can basically control the B flag. You can control 2 spawn points. So if you put a motion sensor or something behind you, you can often wait for people trying to flank you, spawning behind you, and that can become very, very effective to kind of sway in the game, because that B flag, or is that C up there? See, I misspoke there. I apologize. But that flag right there is kind of tricky to hold, so if you can get that, you can usually do fairly well. And you see me trying to expect this guy, and boom, there's a headshot for you. So you can't get one shots. It's not going to be the easiest. Most likely it's going to be a 2 or 3 bullet kill. But it is fun to use. It is fun to run around with this thing. It actually works very effective on some longer maps because, surprisingly enough, this actually has quite a lot of bullet velocity. You know, you'd think this weapon would have no bullet velocity. It does. Actually shoot rather quickly, so the suppressor doesn't hurt it a ton. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this rather wacky setup, and if you want to have some fun, try it out, and look forward to some PlanetSide 2, guys, because it's going to be awesome. All you Battlefield fans will love it, I promise you, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.